All right. Hello, folks. I'm Anticio Duke. I want to thank you for stopping by. Inspiration, we can find it from everywhere, but some of us don't know really how to cultivate it. And where you seem to look for it is just as important with how you actually internalize it and use it for your own work. So today we're going to talk about inspiration. If that's your jam like it is mine, be inspired and join the fun. Let's go. Before we dive in, consider subscribing because we're here to give videos and inspiration about design and strategy and all of those good things. So stay tuned for more. So with that out of the way, let's talk about inspiration. If you don't know me, I'm a product designer from Chicago, and there's a lot of things that happen in that large city that I take away and use in my designs. So I'm a huge Kobe fan. I mean, number 8 and number 24. He was a huge inspiration that inspired me to have the work ethic that I have now. One thing you must know, if you don't know the history of Kobe, he was inspired by one of the other greats that I follow, which is Michael Jordan. What that really means is there's always someone out there that is in a stage that is further along than you are. And it's okay to be inspired by them, to give you a push, to give you something to aspire to become. Kobe did that with Michael. Think of Floyd Mayweather. Now I know, he is the talk of bravado, of flashy, being a person that some people despise because of not only their wealth, but their capability. But let's not forget, his record speaks for itself. But Mayweather was also inspired by other people like Muhammad Ali. And these are all greats in their own right. But it also says that you can be inspired by someone and not copy them to become them. And that's what I really want to drive home here today. It's okay to copy, especially if you're learning. If you're in the beginning stages as designers, learning how to use the tools to better your design skills, to use the resources to kind of upgrade your process in work. All of those things will provide education so that you become better. You become part of the greats, or one of the greats, rather. Another thing to do is to find work that inspires you. There are so many people in this world and so many people doing amazing things. If you're at a stage where you're struggling to find your identity or find sort of your style, it's okay to find work that you really like. You know, whether you're flipping through a magazine, you're scrolling through someone's social media page, and you find things that stand out, that you gravitate to the most. You can use that as inspiration. Borrow some of those styles. Try to look at the composition that they're framing things in. Try to understand the colors and the choices they've made to yield that result. It will only make you better and get your eye very, very sharp and keen on what to look for or the things that excite you. Once you do that, that can become your baseline to work from. Then you can explore. One thing that I recommend is to get a mentor. The mentors are someone in a space that you like to aspire to be in. They've elevated their game and maybe they're not actively practicing, but that experience that they built over time made them one of the greats. And once you get that mentor, they'll tell you and give you some advice. One mentor that I've worked with for so long had told me, use the best and discard the rest. And I try to use that in all of not only my design process, but me in life in general. I want to borrow from things that really inspire me, really get me motivated, enthusiastic about things, and take the best parts of those things. Those nuances or the things that I'm not remotely interested in, I discard those. So now I have a collection of things that really gets me excited or I can use in my project. And I use those to then expand further. So use the best, discard the rest. That's my advice, not only for design inspiration, mood boarding, apps and critiques and feedback. Use it to learn from it. And then do your own thing. We always look at historical things like social studies to understand what happened in the past. we can do that still to be inspired to do better work for the future. So that's all we have today. If you found that helpful or useful in any way, feel free to like this video and share it with someone you feel can gain something from it. In the meantime, in between time, thank you so much. And you know, your life has color, so make sure to design it that way. And be inspired. I'll see you in the next one.